Now we have the fourth African-American governor ever in the United States, the first one here in New York State. He was the lieutenant governor under the dethroned Governor Elliot Spitzer, and he's a Brooklynite. He also served as a New York State senator from 1985 to 2007. Please welcome Governor David
Wendy.
Paterson. Hi, Governor.
You think anybody wants to hear me more than Mariah's songs?
Well,
Hello?
yes, Governor. It's nice to have you here. I caught a glimpse.
Hello?
Governor,
Hello?
Governor, it's your sight, not your hearing. Governor.
Hold on.
Governor. Governor. Governor.
Hello?
Governor. Governor. What kind of Ponzi phone is this? Governor! Call the paramedics.
Wendy?
Yes.
You got disconnected. Hang on one second.
Okay, great. Don't tell him that thing about the hearing. Don't tell him that. That's between me and you. What do we do until then?
Hey.
Yes. Well, I would.
Wendy, you dear?
Yes,
Hello,
I'm
I'm back.
Governor.
How are you?
Yeah, no, it's how you doing, and I'm doing.
I'm doing all right.
Yeah, I'm doing well. Thank you, Governor.
See, now, it's been a tough day. I can't get the legislature to listen to what was the right thing to do. And now I thought I was kicked off the Wendy Williams show.
I got to tell you, there's a whole lot of hell being raised up there in Albany these days, huh?
Well, people are fighting over who's in charge when they really need to be fighting over the issues that are important to the public, and that's what we're trying to get them to do.
Well, before we get to the issues important to the public, who is in charge up there in Albany?
Well, right now, a court that reviewed this case said that it's really not in the court's purview, meaning that the court really shouldn't decide, the legislature should, so they're just back to fighting again. But there's one way they can settle this fight, and I'm about to go back and have a press conference to tell them, and so I'll tell you right here on WBLS.
Okay.
They should go in a chamber and vote to see who's the leader. And if it's a tie, then they have to do what they call power sharing. And if one of them emerges as a leader, then we'll respect them as a leader, whether they're Republican or Democrat, or no matter where they live.
Okay. All right. Let's move along. Now, I understand that you are extremely committed to improving the state's economy with an emphasis on businesses owned by minorities and women. Whenever there's something that is available to minorities and women, it seems as though men lose out, even minority men. So
Yes.
Yes.
Well, listen, Wendy, women are 51.8, almost 52% of the population.
Mm-hmm.
And the state was giving women-owned businesses only about 2% of the contracts.
Yes.
Even when they applied, about 30% of the women were found to be eligible to get these contracts. In other words, they passed all the threshold tests. And this is when I came into office. And as for minorities, all the minorities, African Americans, Hispanics, and Asians, if you add them up and a few others, they were getting about 2% of the contracts as well. And they were also, I'd say more like about 25% of those who've been pre-cleared, meaning that they had passed all the tests, so they're just getting discriminated against. And I'm happy to tell you that we have raised the minority and women's business enterprise profile from 5% to 25% of the business the state does, because we have a lot of qualified people from different communities that were not given a chance.
Women.
Those opportunities and expanding the number of businesses that are doing well in this state.
Yes, cheers for women. Okay, one of the things that you've done since you've been with us is you've reformed the Rockefeller drug laws so that the true drug addict, so that the true drug addict, not the violent drug addict, Governor, does not receive that harsh jail sentence but treatment, and we like that. Let me ask you, Gov, what the hell kind of Ponzi phone system is this on this doggone phone? This is a perfect time to take a break and grab my pearl handle. Who's in charge around here? Oh, Governor Paterson.
Yeah, I want to go back again.
Governor Paterson. Governor Paterson. Governor Paterson.
Wow.
Wow.
Governor Paterson?
Wow.
Are you holding the phone upside down again? Governor Paterson? Hello? Oh, well, doggone it. It looks like this will never happen. Listen, producer, I would like you to do me a favor. Check 1 2. Check 1 2. Make sure that the governor, hold on. Make sure the governor wasn't being shady the way Bill Clinton kind of sort of was when he called and we mysteriously got disconnected. I think that we made a connection. Can you please make an appointment for him to come in on the show at some point? This telephone thing doesn't work, and I realize that when politicians call, there's always a third party on the phone and the whole bit. Barack Obama came to the studio. The studio was good enough for him, so Governor Paterson can come. Although that's when he was a young senator, but still, okay. No more of that Ponzi phone call. There he is calling again. All right, one more time. Governor Paterson?
All right, let's try this one more time. Hang on 1 second, please.
Why did I pick up? This is not right. I don't want to talk. I'm scared to say one word. I don't want to miss anything.
Baffled.
Okay.
Governor Paterson?
Yes.
Hi, it's Wendy here. All right, this is our last time. If we get disconnected this time, I am requesting an in-studio with you, Governor.
All right. Well, that would be better, because we just keep trying and it doesn't work out. But like all your other admirers, I'll just keep trying.
Oh, please, Governor Paterson.
By the way, was that Alicia Keys?
Yes.
Yes, it was.
Well, I got a story for you and the people in the audience.
We don't want to hear
Last
it.
year, Spike Lee had a fundraiser for Barack Obama. He wasn't there, but it was a fundraiser. And it was at his home, and Alicia Keys came and played the song on the piano herself.
Oh.
So at the end of the song, I'm walking around, and I run into Cedric the Entertainer, who I never met before. And he says, Governor, I really liked how they moved all those people out of the way so you could stand right in front of the piano. He said, you still couldn't see that woman.
Governor, can we get back to basics?
Yes.
Okay. Now, what I wanted to speak to you about is I love that regarding the student loan program, that New York's higher education loan program will be distributing about $350 million to low-income students regarding loans.
Well, here's the deal, Wendy.
Okay.
We not only have a financial crisis in this country, we have a credit crisis in this country because nobody can get any.
Yes.
So you have a lot of students, they have fought their lives, they got out of difficult situations, they got through middle school and high school, and now they made it all the way to college.
Gotcha.
And the only thing that's standing in the way is they don't have the money to go there. And the creditors and the lending institutions that used to help them won't give them any money because they're students.
So it's New York
What
State.
we're doing is we're putting $350 million in to replace those loans so that our young people who get as far as college, we're not going to let one of them fail to get their degree because they didn't have the money.
And I think
that's what it really is.
And I think that's terrific. 2 questions for you about this. How do the young kids apply for these loans with the website? Go ahead.
We have a website, and it's www.recovery.com.
Okay.
www.recovery.com. It's on the New York State website, and the students go there. Otherwise, they can just pick up the phone and call anyone at the state, or they can call the governor's office, and I'll tell them.
And where's this $350 million coming from, other than my $8 to cross from New Jersey to get into New York every day?
Well, it's coming from our state treasury, and it comes from our higher education, State University of New York higher education loan program, and it's available to students who would need to get the money that they wouldn't get now because the creditors have doubled. They used to charge about 8% to students. They're charging 15, 16, 17%.
And so
they'll get the loans at 8%.
And
it will put things back the way they should be, particularly for young people, as I said, who they can do it in the classroom. We just want to make sure that they don't get rejected at the bank.
Yeah, but the money is ultimately also coming out of the taxpayers' dollars. I'm just trying to figure out. Just a yes or no.
Oh, yeah, the money comes from taxpayer dollars.
Okay.
It's one of the programs that even in a recession, we had to cut a lot of programs, and we had to Unfortunately, because we had a $20 billion deficit, we
Governor?
had to make a lot of cuts. But there were some things we thought were real important. Food stamps, you see people were making $100,000 last year. Now they're at the food pantries.
Yeah.
And for food stamps, we expanded them by 30%. We increased the welfare grant for the first time in 18 years. Nobody else would do that. And we're trying to expand unemployment insurance so people who've lost their jobs will collect unemployment longer. And we wanted to do something for the students, and we made sure that the other student programs like Pell and TAP will stay in effect. And then because of this credit crisis, we want to put some money in so people could get loans. Because, see, even though we're taking this from taxpayer dollars, we'll get the money back in taxes when these individuals are working and not sitting around collecting social service money because they can't work.
Governor, I have two more questions for you, and I've got to be honest with you, and you give very thorough answers, but, you know, I am rushed to play more music, less talk, and all that, and I'm not doing it right now, so I'm going to bust off my two questions, if you don't mind, Governor, sir.
Then I'll bust off fast answers.
There you go. Thank you for understanding, Gov. Number one, what are you going to do about that mess that we call a pedestrian area in Times Square? We hate it. Do you hate it?
Well, that's actually the city's decision, but the problem with it is that they've got it clustered together. It's creating more of a traffic problem, and I'm going to tell the mayor that we have to deal with that. It's not that we don't want to have little places for people to walk around, but you put it in the busiest place in the city.
Yes.
That's the end of my answer.
And one more question, Governor. Do you feel that Jay-Z's wanting to perform at Ground Zero on the release date of his CD, September 11th, is doable? Is it tasteful? Do you like it? Is it a thumbs up?
I think anything that an artist would want to do to perform that would memorialize nearly 3,000 people who were killed at that site some years ago, that is respectful of them and gives dignity to their families and the memory of their families. And from the very few times I've ever met Jay-Z, only one time that I ever really talked to him, I found him to be a very respectful person and an honorable man. And I think they may or may not allow this, because a lot of performers could promote themselves really more than September 11th by putting the event there. But if they allow him to perform there, it would be my honor to come to see him.
I was going to ask you, would you be there with the lovely Mrs. Patterson?
Yeah, I'd bring her down. Cool. Mrs. Patterson once couldn't tell the difference between Marvin Gaye and Al Green, but she's come a long way since then. I'm a big fan of Jay-Z.
Wow, Governor. Well, I thank you for calling up. And it looks like that we have a new friend to the show, everybody. It's Governor David Paterson, the governor of New York State. Thank you, Governor.
Well, thank you, Wendy.
And have a wonderful day. Bye.
How you doing?